Edel National Park in Shark Bay is home to Steep Point. We've made it to the most westerly point on mainland Australia! Woo! Accessed by four-wheel drive and boat only, made of white sand dunes, blue seas and awesome cliff lines, Edel has 3 campgrounds and we get to stay at 2. False entrance.
I reckon this has got to be one of the best camps we've had, so close, by ourselves. I love it.
Swimming hole, swimming hole, swimming hole, and Faultline. That's how unsafe we feel. We have to abandon this campground. I've never experienced anything like this before. This is part 3 of our Coral Coast series.
Good morning, guys.
From our free bush camp, which is just a couple of k's up the main road that takes you out to Steep Point.
Yep. We're heading out to Edel National Park this morning.
Now, I honestly thought our main concerns were going to be having enough fuel, water
and maybe getting bogged.
Yeah, soft sand. But honestly,
the flies.
I think our main concern are the flies. It's honestly a little borderline creepy tonight. Tell you the truth, they are by far the worst I have ever experienced in my entire life. Look at them on Shannon's side of his hedges there. And then look at inside the car. I don't know if you can see that. Wow. I hope it's not this bad when we get into the national park tomorrow. We have 4 nights booked out there, 2 at False Entrance and then 2 at Faultline at Steep Point. Yep. But at this point, guys, we have had really bad flies. You've seen only some of it for the last 5 days. And I feel like my nervous system has had enough. And I don't know that I can survive another 4.
Unbearable. So let's just see how we go today, guys. We're going to head up there. Hopefully the flies get less the closer we get to the coast. It hasn't been the case, but all we can do is cross our fingers and hope for a good adventure. Time to air down.
I just realised. Look, there's no flies. We've been going for just under an hour and the road conditions have really started to deteriorate and get a lot more corrugations, a lot rougher. So we're just giving her a little quick once over and then we're going to also let out a little bit more air pressure in the tyres. So originally we did 27 at the front and 30 at the back.
What a spot, eh? Bit of a lookout. Water to my left, water to my right. I think this is going to be a pretty awesome place to go, eh? Well guys, it's taken us an hour and a half, but we have made it to the entrance to the national park. They recommend to air down here even more because there's sandy tracks ahead as we head out to the most westerly point of Australia. Woo!
So we're here now and tonight we're staying down here. And then all the way to Steep Point.
I'm going to leave the tyres as they are and then I'll air down as needed depending on what the track conditions are because I'm pretty happy with how they're running at the minute.
Well guys, we just ended at the beach. And that's not where our campsite is. So blink and you'll miss this. Look at that. How pathetic is that? So our camp is that away.
It is an absolute maze of tracks out here. Nothing is signposted. So basically we're just heading down each track trying to find out where on earth the campground is. But you come across these awesome views, you just got to stop and have a look. We're back on the road on the Hema now. We think we've found the right track. Fingers crossed, guys, we can find camp for tonight and there's minimal flies.
I really don't think this track is taking us to camp, but maybe we're going to the blowhole. Who knows? Look at the side. We found the blowhole.
Found our first blowhole. It's incredible to see. I'd love to see some surf pump up in here, but we've got to get our tides right, I think.
There's another one.
Whoa. I've just spotted our first turtle. He's a little ways off, so I don't know if we'll be able to get him, but it's a good sign of the wildlife adventure. Oh my goodness, it is windy. Well, we've got one more track to try and then that should be camp, but they really need the signpost more out here. We are just driving around, just chewing up diesel, running up and down soft sandy tracks. It's absolutely ridiculous that there's no signs for camp.
Backing out, we thought maybe that was to camp, but then I realised there's no tyre tracks, so it can't be. So our campsite is grouped with 2, 3 and 4, and we're number 3. So there's got to be other tyre tracks. So this is ridiculous. We're at another junction and we don't know where we're meant to go, so I'm going to pop the drone up and see if we can find camp.
There's literally 3 options. We can go right, we can go straight and right, or we can go left. I followed one.
Bloody hell!
I followed one too.
Oh, I'm so over that. Okay, I think we found camp.
Straight ahead.
Straight ahead, and I think I said the 5th track on the right. There's sort of like a little bit of a roundabout looking thing from the air. I don't know. I think it was 5th track on the right. We did it! We found camp. It's awesome. We can. It looks like we can walk down to the beach. There's a little bit of rock fishing area.
It's a cracker.
Awesome views. This is well worth the effort now. I love it when you go through something and you're like, ah! And then you get there and you're like,
yep.
Yeah. Guys who camped here last night are still in there. This is stunningly beautiful, and the water, oh, there's another turtle. He's just gone for a bit of a dive. There's his head! Ah!
He just popped his head. I love this. This is awesome. This is what solitude's all about, guys.
Oh, he's gone really deep.
Oh.
I didn't get to get him on camera.
We made it to camp.
How's this for a campsite? It is so beautiful. It's really windy, which is keeping the flies down. They are still here, so I'm just transitioning between net and no net, but it is totally fine. It's not a worry at all. We're about to cook up some lunch. Bacon and egg sambos, because I've got some bread that's probably extraordinarily stale and we need to finish that off before it goes moldy.
Ah!
Did you burn yourself?
Yeah. I'm not quite a master chef. Yummy, yummy, yummy for my tummy.
We've learnt recently with all these big WA winds that if we have a campsite that's windy, we need to cook on the back of the tray. The tray side, the back one especially, acts as a massive wind guard, plus then we have our normal wind guard, and it just makes it so much better for cooking. But I have to use a step to cook off the back, and in sand that step is just gonna break. So Shannon's on cooking duties. One, 2, 3, 29, 30. So the water is just 30 steps away from camp. That's so cool.
I reckon this has got to be one of the best camps we've had. So close, by ourselves. I love it. The only thing to make my day would be to get a big fish, but we'll see what we can do.
We think the tide is still actually running out. So this would be just the perfect swimming hole. At high tide, yeah.
Hey, we're here, we can test it out.
Is that not crazy? Sitting on the pool noodles is really cool because it gets your bottom up out of the sand and off the rocky base. That's what happens when you don't have use of your hands.
Time to rig up, chuck a couple of lures. I think it's almost bottom of the tide, so the tide will turn soon and start pushing in, and fingers crossed we can get something. I didn't catch anything. I think the tide's just too low. We'll try again a bit later when the tide comes up, I think. Dinner tonight, guys, leftovers from last night, and we're eating it in the swag because those flies are crazy. Good news is I had a couple of really good hits while I was fishing, so fingers crossed I can get something maybe tomorrow. But we'll catch you guys in the morning.
Good morning. We have one more night here to soak up this beautiful campsite before tomorrow heading north up to Steep Point. So today is just going to be relaxing, swimming and a bit of fishing for Shannon. Ooh, she's sunny. She's sunny already. Beautiful life.
Amazing.
Just chilling out in the swag, away from the flies.
Best bit. Gives you some reprieve. There's like one or two in here compared to the 50 million outside. But that swim we just had, oh, geez, that cooled me off a bit. Well guys, persistence has paid off. I just got a long tom, about 900 mil long. It was awesome fun. I didn't have the camera with me, so I didn't film catching it, but I just released it. It was epic. Loved it. Oh, I'm all G'd up to catch more now.
I have good news and I am so grateful. See the one or two flies? It's only one or two flies. We can actually sit here and relax now without a fly net all waving our hand over our face.
So grateful. I get to actually enjoy an afternoon cuppa. That's right. I'm celebrating with a cuppa because there's no flies.
And you don't have to drink it through a fly net.
So good. You take these things for granted sometimes. Morning guys, we have packed up and said goodbye to camp this morning. We're heading out to the main track that's going to take us out to Steep Point, but we've just got one obstacle to get us out of this campsite. We've got a big rutted out dune we've got to get up, so I'm going to let some air out of the tyres and fingers crossed, see how we go.
We have 3 different lines that we can choose from. The far left one is really rutted out. It's going to be woo, woo. Then the middle one actually looks pretty good. It's sandy, but not too bad at all. And then this right one, well, I mean, it's hard. It's hard. So let's just have a look further up and see what obstacles we're going to come into. So the far right one, we've got some bit of stepping up to do. I'm ruling out the far left, and then this middle one is going to put us perfectly to this step up. I reckon maybe we should try the middle one. Honestly think we could get out using any of the tracks, but I'm going to go with the middle one. I'm ready, let's do it.
Let's do it.
We're going to crawl up here and go, that was nothing.
I'm trying first gear low to start with, just to see if we can crawl up without having to give it too much right foot. Straddle it. Come on, girl. Climb, climb, climb. Yeah.
Oh, too easy. If you guys want to camp out here too, because we highly rated it, once you get to this signpost, to go to the beach is right. Campsite number 1 is down that way. And then campsite 2, 3, 4, and 5, heading towards the blowhole. For campsite 3 and 5, you want to follow this sign out to this point. We have seen all of the sites except for 5, and we absolutely loved number 3. We got so lucky. When we booked 5 weeks ago, 1 and 5 were already gone. So number 3, tick. That's our track junction, Steep Point, here we come. Woo! Wow, the road's really nice at this point, isn't it?
Beautiful. I can't imagine it's going to last. Corrugations. Oh my gosh. This
section of track now has a maximum tyre pressure of 20. We're running 20 at the rear and 18 at the front. Take 2 of this big hill. We just had to back for ages to let 2 cars go with boats on their roof. Now we got no run up. Slow and steady, babe.
Yep, hopefully we don't encounter anyone else.
Wow, how pretty are these dunes? It's so beautiful. Wow!
Oh, we're about to come out on the beach. Wow! How is it?
Beautiful! She's windy, so I'm not going to fly the drone because to get that dune shot that I got, I almost lost the drone in that wind. Wow, it's so pretty.
This is so cool. I love it. Oh, fish. Watch where you're going, Shannon. You can fish later. Alright, checked in with the ranger. We just had to let them know that we're here. She just went through the camping, no driving on the beaches, no fires out here, but there are toilets, which is gold because we are nearly out of toilet paper.
Well, it doesn't mean there's toilet paper.
Oh.
Just means there's toilets.
Let's hope for toilet paper.
The colour of that water is just next level, man. Seriously. That there is campsite number 2 at Shelter Bay. Steep Point, it's official. We've made it to the most westerly point of mainland Australia! Woo! Insane. It's so intense, isn't it?
Crazy. I thought it was windy when we packed up this morning, but this is just next level.
So it took us 2 hours to get here. Once we got back to the turn-off point from our campsite, if that makes sense. And the track had everything from really bad corrugations where we did like 7 k's an hour.
Yeah, to gravel, to hard surfaces, to really, really soft sand.
The information all states that the last 30 k's is soft sand. So we were expecting the whole 30 k's to be soft, and it's not.
No.
It's just one section where you go up a hill. That's where we had to reverse back because of the other 2 cars. So up the hill and then down the hill. That is the soft section. I'll show you on the map. It's here. But other than that, it's pretty good.
Pretty easy. It's a lot of corrugations.
A lot of corrugations.
The corrugations are pretty full on. So you're going to want your vehicle in fairly tip-top condition.
And Shannon's going to give the car a once-over tomorrow before we drive back the day after, just to make sure that everything's done up nice and tight, nothing's come loose.
Yeah. I mean, to give you guys some, like how hard those shocks are working, when we stopped on our way in on the main road, I normally put my hand, when we stop after an hour, I put my hand on the shock tube just to see how hot it is. Normally, like on the way out to Arnhem Land, I could hold it for 10 seconds. On the way out here, I could only hold it for 4.
Wow.
So that gives you an idea of how hard everything is working coming out here.
Wow. There you go. Let's go find camp. And hopefully it's not this windy there. I think it's going to be a really windy campsite.
Oh, she's going to be wild.
This is camp. I've tried to position us so that West is there. Basically, the driver's side of the car is facing north. And that is our coastline.
Wow.
It's not a very private campsite. There's 3 camps right here. 1, 2, and 3. When we booked this 5 weeks ago, we booked the last site.
Yeah.
So I imagine that this will be full tonight. How cool is that? We've just walked around one bay from camp just to experience it. There is coral everywhere. The coast is magnificent. The wind, we're slightly protected, but it's still windy. Ah, it's really pretty. How cool! I thought the last one I had was cool. It was just one half. This is attached. It's like a big clamshell or something, I don't know, but that is so cool.
We've just come to the end of this next bay and it is just full of coral all over the beach. I don't think I've ever seen so much spread out on the beach. This is a wild, wild piece of Australia, I'll give you that. It's not something you find every day at the beach, it's a golf ball. Hang on, we're about to lose some more thongs.
Oh no. That's me being reckless this time, not Shen.
Got some packing strap and a golf ball. You got to pick up rubbish when you're in these pristine locations, guys. We've got to keep them pristine forever.
It is so windy on this side of the car, but come over here. It is so much more protected, but I've got an idea to make it even better, something we've never tried before. We might have to slide it down a little bit and put the table there.
Yeah.
Check that out for a windbreak. Oh yeah. We're gonna cook up dinner and then the idea is to roll the swag out along here later. It's gonna be perfect. Normally, as a general rule, we always put the swag up on the opposite side to the wind, push hard up to the car when it's really windy. 95% of the times that works. But I have a feeling that tonight is gonna be the 5% where it will still be too windy, just all pushing underneath the tray in the car. So I think this could solve that problem and then we should get a really good night's sleep. This is definitely my new wind cooking hack. It didn't even blow out once. I'm stoked. That was so easy considering how windy it is and the gusts are next level. Sweet and sour pork.
I can't believe we've got this whole campsite to ourselves.
We tied the swag to the car. That's how unsafe we feel. We have to abandon this campground. I've never experienced anything like this before. This is next level. In between gusts of wind, we are going to attempt to carry our swag from here to over there. This might be the stupidest thing we've ever done. I'm feeling like I'm carrying a swag a really long way.
Yeah, me too.
My shoulders are burning.
Yeah, work out. We've made it about halfway, guys. We're gonna go up through there. I'm gonna go backwards. Oh, it already feels better.
Yep. I can smell the toilet.
Yep. Okay.
And down, I'm burning, I'm burning.
Yeah. Okay, go.
This is our new home. Let's see if we can get some sleep here.
It's about 150 meters from where we were, but we're behind a bush now.
And nestled in between some rocks.
I'm gonna go get the car.
Because it feels like it's gonna blow out too. Okay. Who would put a campground here? I don't understand. There's a reason why it's fully booked and no one's here. Talk about an experience.
I mean, cars drove through here today and there's no evidence that they were ever here because of all the sand drift. It's just mental. See you up there?
Yep. It is so much calmer here. So swag, bushes, rocks, car. If for some reason a massive gust did come and flip the swag, it'd only flip us into the swag, into the car, which would be horrific. But at least we wouldn't go tumbling off the cliff. All right, wish us luck. Good night.
Good night. Oh, good morning, guys. We survived the night.
Only just. I don't know who in their right mind decided that this was a good camp spot, but if you do want to test out your gear in the wind, this is the spot to do it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it is insanely windy, and no, we did not sleep well, but whoa, what a sunrise.
Spectacular sunrise.
Like, you've got the cliff edge right there, the ocean, Shark Bay ultimately.
Dirt Harktog Island. It's like just an epic spot to wake up, and to be all alone, it kind of made the bad night worth it. But guys, we will catch you guys next week in Peron. Thanks for watching. Bye.